And so I would like to know, for the leaders listening to us have this discussion who want to be high achievers, how can they go about developing that mindset you described?
So as I said, you have to do all four of these things together. And it really starts with tapping into your intrinsic motivation. And I told you about the passion audit, and your listeners, where they can find it. They could just go to ruthgotian.com/passion audit. But once you find that, and a good tip to really think about is when you're procrastinating, what is it that you are doing when you're procrastinating? And also look at what you're doing on your time off, nights and weekends. What are you doing during that time? That'll give you some insight as to what you might be passionate about. But there's so many ways, and that's what I talk about in the success factor, of how to develop each of these four mindsets, how to tap into your intrinsic motivation. What are the different ways that you can tap into your perseverance and your work ethic and be more productive? Just because you're busy doesn't mean that you are productive. So I talk about finding your peak cognitive hours. So for example, I am a morning person. It is when I do all of my cognitive work, my reading, my writing. I am not on Zooms in the morning if I can help it, because that would not be a good use of my time. It would have to be in the morning for me. I also work in what's called sprints. So sitting for 3 hours, even during my peak hours, the third hour is not going to be as productive as the first hour. So I actually work in sprints, 25 minutes on of deep focused work, take a 5-minute break, do another 25 minutes, take another 5-minute break, et cetera. It's something called the Pomodoro technique. And I actually wrote an article for Forbes about it. And I said during the pandemic, I actually used the washing machine as my timer. Put a wash in, and that was my deep focus work. Cycle was over, that was my break. And then I continued that.